Hi, this is Dr. Kemi Olunlọyọ. Good morning. I just woke up. It's Friday, the 11th of April, 2025. I want to thank everybody for all their messages to me. And some of you sent me money. It's all right. Um, I just want to tell you that today I want to spend the bulk of today giving you some more information about Kemi Talks Life. Please, Kemi Talks Life is a story about my life. I'm writing about my life. I don't want to write a book because I don't know how to write a book. It's like when I say I don't want to write a book, I don't have the time. I don't read books. I don't write books. All that book stuff ended when I finished university. I have 3 first class degrees, so I don't have the energy. And I prefer multimedia because if you record something, it'll be available in 100 years to your ancestors. But if you write a book, no one's going to have it in 100 years. They'll say it's not published anymore. So I want to answer questions today about some of my experiences. And the first thing I want to do on this particular video is a lot of you are saying that my stepmother speaks very good English, and that's where I got it from, because many of you thought she was actually my mother. Her name is Ronke Shonaike, and when she married my dad, she became Aderonke Omololu Olunlọyọ. And I've talked about her in previous videos, okay? She was brought in by my dad into a polygamous relationship, and that destroyed my family's unit. The whole family unit was destroyed badly. My mother didn't like it. My dad was an academic, and the whole story is so long. We lived in UI. The Shonai kids lived behind us, and then the Fato Jews. We were on Amina Way, and when we were all young, I remember Kaede Fato Jew always saying, Ronke is the sugar daddy type now, da 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 da. They all used to walk together to primary school, staff school in UI, and by the time we became 2021, my dad was dating her. She was a campaign worker in my dad's governorship in 1983. Years after that, she had a child from my dad, and then it was when she had that second child that things got very heated up between my mom and my dad, and the whole marriage collapsed. Polygamy is not for everybody. But when my dad ejected us out of the house, there were times when Ronke and my mom would do things together, and events, birthdays, funerals, everything. And then things would break down again, off and on. In the 90s, I never went home. That was the decade I never even went to Nigeria, because my dad told us not to ever come, because so much was going on in the 90s with Abacha killing people left and right, allegedly. At the end of the day, he probably knows the reason. But anyway, the whole thing about it is when she reportedly gave Elizabeth, my mom's house girl, poison to poison my mom. And my mom was rushed to hospital. Oh my God, it was a bad time. We were abroad, it was very terrible. And Elizabeth confessed that Ronke gave her this. So there's been these times. The level of trust was just zero. So I tried to stay away. It wasn't until 2015 that Dad actually ejected us from the house. The house was idle for a year. Our neighbors saw my father burying snakes, huge python, and cows into the ground on the compound at night. So this is why he ejected us out, and he had me kidnapped, told the kidnappers to keep me for 24 hours and drop me in a hospital, a one hospital, mental hospital, Dr. Lashe Bicon's hospital, because of course I would need mental help after that fake kidnap. My dad did some atrocities. So this whole thing that you're all mourning him and calling him all these big names, notice that the media started reporting this stuff. They reported this stuff, these videos that I did. Every mainstream media. Do you see the mainstream media reporting me? My father pays them not to report what I say. Yesterday, Punch, Nation, everybody, Kemi's not condoling her father, even TVC. At the end of the day, by the way, TVC, you're a television station. I can sue you. If you use my video, don't ever put amateur video on my video. You credit it to my page. Okay? And then that journalist that said, she also said she's a journalist, tell that idiot okay, that I was a journalist for 31 years. Okay, if you guys don't want to call me a journalist, that's your bullshit reason. Okay, because everybody in there is all fucked up in the mainstream media. The politicians own them. I have no words for anybody. If anybody comes, steps near me, head out to the funeral of Governor Olunlọyọ and do all your coverage there. I wouldn't be there. I'm going to be sitting right here on this bed. Ronke said daddy died at 1:40 a.m. At that very time, I had a chest bang. Like, I had this kind of huge boom in my chest. And I was on my way to the hospital, local hospital near where I live here. And my son called me from America, my oldest, the autistic one. I said, oh, Mom, I have some bad news for you. Grandpa just died in Nigeria. And I'm like, oh. So when I saw Runke's interview, she said my father passed at 1:40 a.m. I was like, And this thing happened to me at 2:40 because I'm in West Africa doing some projects. So we're 1 hour behind Nigeria, and I just felt that was it, the sign. The next day at my 4:44 hour, I heard my father call me twice. I didn't answer him. But he said something to me. He said, go and knock the door, it's open. I don't know what that meant. It was my father's voice, believe me. Kemi, I'm not an angel. Go and knock the door, it will open. Are those the same doors that never opened for me in Nigeria? The ones that he shut? Come home, I'll get you a job. Come home. I came home twice. Are those the same doors when he went to every single governor, Sheyi, Akala, Ajumabi, not to hire me? The same thing with Obasanjo and all of them in the federal. Daddy, are those the same doors you want me to open now? It's too late. I'm going to be 61. My body cannot take a whole lot. Everything doing me in my leg, some ailments that I fought suddenly eased up on Sunday because the spiritual forces causing it to happen are gone. My dad died. Other relatives were saying, oh, I don't have this anymore. The one that had the stroke when daddy was getting well, he passed the stroke to that one spiritually over the phone. If you don't believe me and you're laughing, it's up to you. When my dad was alive, if you talk to him and you hang up, everything you didn't even talk about will go wrong. Once you talk about the ones you talk about, learn about spirituality. I'm a spiritual evangelist. Go to my page on Facebook. Go to the video area. Scroll until you get to the numerology videos. 444, 777. You need to know about the universe. Anyway, Daddy, I miss you, but I wasn't talking to my dad after 2021. Then he had a stroke, and the ones that tried to get through to him when he recovered, Ronke didn't let them get through. Here's a video of her talking about my father's death. Watch.
Many parts to him. You have the intellectual part of his life, which was superlative, fantastic. You have the human aspect of his life, a family man, a devoted father, a devoted husband, a loving and kind person. My husband, the way people see him outside is different from the way he is in the house. So they see a man who is very, they see him as someone like a lion who's always ground, But really, he had a soft underbelly. He was a very quiet person. He was like a big teddy bear. Just wants to be called with and, taken care of. Give him good food. Give him good wine. Give him good music. You have his heart. He was very nice. He was highly disciplined, especially when it came to public service and accountability. He always felt that somebody needs to talk. Sometimes if you don't talk, people don't understand what is wrong. He talked for a very long time. He wrote for a very long time. He got tired. He stopped commenting on it because decadence was at its highest. It's at the peak now in Nigeria. I am so disgusted at what Nigeria has become. He was so disgusted, he tuned off. He tuned off Nigeria completely. And he was doing his own thing. I said, Doctor, these things are getting worse by the day. He said, okay, what do you want me to do? I labored and toiled for this country. I never stole a couple of Nigeria's money. People see me as a fool. Now they say, Baba, you're a low man. Only some because I don't like money. Everybody likes money. Only but Nigeria educated me. Western region, under law, gave me 2 scholarships. One for mathematics, one for engineering. So they did not pay for me to go to school, so that I could come and steal their funds. I will serve Nigeria with every bit of my being. And I thank God today. That's the legacy his children have. We don't have a house in Abuja. He doesn't have a house in Banana Island. He has none in Lagos. He doesn't have a piece of land in Lagos. He has just one house. He built just one house. So he lived. His life is a case study for anybody who is serious about getting Nigeria back on track. When we were young, there was this saying in Yoruba language, "Roti omo eni ti won se." I went to England at a young age. I went to secondary school in England. Part of my secondary school here, and then I did the rest in England. There's only one thing my mother always gave me. Every time she comes, she'll bring it. She brings it. Roti omo eni ti won se. It was a record, like how the fashola. She remember where you were born. People who gave back to you, your heritage. There's none of that anymore in Nigeria. People don't care. So he left because it was his time to go. He always told us he was there at 39. We thought he was joking. There's everything in place for his 90th birthday. But we are going to celebrate him on Monday. His children will say, because they already bought their tickets, they will celebrate him. He's a man to be celebrated. I hope sometime in the future, Nigeria will raise some young people who will study him. How you can be a statesman without being a thief. He said, one said to me, okay, I don't mind people making money. But if you want to make money, go into business. You don't make money from government. I always tell that. And that has, even my children, his older children, every one of them is successful in their own field. They hold their own anytime. So I thank God for his life. He died a very smooth death. There was no, he did not even give us an inkling he was going to die. He was to be released in the morning to be discharged from the hospital. But God had other plans for him. He ate well before he died. I cooked him rice and egg also, which I just bought for my bed that Monday. Today is a week I went to, but this time last week I was in a bed buying fish. The crabs I bought for him, I said that he loves the crabs. If I buy the delay, I'll prepare it. So, I will miss him.
You're not console you.